Angel here. Hope you're doing great. And I'm coming back on today to offer up some more raw vegan hacks, tips from my experience on the raw vegan journey. And in previous videos, I offered several tips already from my ebook, How to Thrive as a Raw Vegan in Winter and Year Round. So today I'm offering up a few more tips to help you on your raw vegan journey, your life journey in general, your happy energy journey. Thanks for joining. So the next topic is the topic of local meals. So there may be days when you do not want to prepare your own raw vegan meals at home. So buying raw vegan local meals from nearby restaurants can be a great option for you. That can be more convenient, maybe less stressful, especially at the beginning of your journey or, during busy times of the week or the month or the year. You may already know of some local restaurants or cafes where raw vegan options are sold. So that may be some options to consider. In addition, you can do an internet search for keywords such as raw vegan meals near me or raw vegan and raw vegan in the name of your city or your town. You can even do that when you're traveling. I do that as well. When I'm in another city or another country, I will put, for example, vegan restaurants or raw vegan restaurants, and keep in mind also that a lot of mainstream plant-based and vegan restaurants and cafes also have raw vegan options if you wish to incorporate those into your meal as well. So I have a question here. Were you vegan first or just started as raw vegan? I was vegan first for about 1.25 years, and then I switched to raw vegan. So thanks for the question and thanks for tuning in. So you can also look at the following websites and apps for restaurants in your location that might offer raw vegan meals. There's an app called A Billion and an app called Happy Cow, and I provide the links to those in the ebook as well. And by sampling the local raw vegan restaurant meals, you may be inspired to add some recipe ideas to your own personal meal plan by preparing those same recipes and meals or similar recipes that you would customize for your own preferences and palate. Also keep in mind that locally or even when you're traveling, you can find raw vegan meals sometimes in, for example, supermarkets. So that's very, very helpful as well. So another comment, I've been vegan, 2 years and counting, but want to elevate my health. Yeah, I did feel an elevation. I did feel an enhancement, an improvement in my health when I switched over to raw. And this does not mean that a person needs to go 100% raw. Honestly, you can have very, very, very powerful benefits when you go what is called high raw, between 50 and 74% roughly of the weight of your daily average intake of food. That could look like what some people call raw till 4. So breakfast could be raw, lunch could be raw, and then your dinner might be a cooked plant-based meal and or a combination of cooked and raw. Let's say a huge bed of leafy greens with some, boiled sweet potatoes or steamed sweet potatoes or steamed vegetables or steamed quinoa. Although you can also, sprout quinoa to keep it raw if you wish. Buckwheat, wild rice, brown rice, if that's what you prefer for some warmth. You can add, a mixture of warmth and cook. Yeah, sweet potatoes are delicious. You're absolutely right. And I consume sweet potatoes raw. So it is possible. You can look it up on the internet or do your research on your own And it is totally possible and totally healthy and digestible to consume sweet potatoes raw. So the way I like to consume sweet potatoes is to chop them up and blend them up into a smoothie. And I do not take the skin off. There's so many amazing nutrients in the skin. And sometimes I also make like a dip, like a hummus type dip with sweet potatoes. So there you go. Thanks for the comments and the question. So if you go to a plant-based or vegan restaurant, for example, and you do not see a raw vegan menu or raw vegan options on your, when you're there, I recommend that you ask if they have raw vegan options and or a raw vegan menu, as it is totally possible that they do indeed have raw vegan options, although they didn't share that information with you. And that happened to me in a restaurant where I asked them if they had raw vegan options, and they brought me a full menu of raw vegan food. Similarly, by the way, if you are plant-based, vegan, and you go to a restaurant and you don't see a lot of options on the menu that are suitable for you, and you don't want to cobble together and combine side dishes to make your own vegan meal, which of course I've done for many, many years. However, what you could do is, again, ask, this is what I usually do. I say, I'm vegan. I don't really see much here, on the menu. And it has happened to me, as I said, they will bring me a full vegan menu. This has happened. I recall this on at least 2 occasions. I don't want to say the name of the restaurants or the cities or the countries, but I am very serious that there are actually plant-based menus out there, raw vegan menus out there, that for some reason they just maybe it's out of habit that they give the regular so-called menu, and they don't give the vegan menu or the raw vegan menu. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to ask. Okay. So what other raw vegan options are there besides salads and smoothies is another good question. I love that question. So for example, you can have cold press organic juices. Those are super powerful and super yummy. You can make dips like hummuses. You can make those raw, or other kinds of dips that don't even involve chickpeas, for example. You can make dips out of, like I said, sweet potatoes. And to thicken it, I use either chia seeds and or flax seeds. Sometimes I've also put hemp seeds in there. You can make raw vegan pastas out of zucchinis, cucumbers, beets, and carrots. So the pastas that are made out of zucchini, for example, are called zoodles. Sometimes the Z for zoodles. Instead of noodles, they're called zoodles. And the ones that are made out of cucumbers are sometimes called koodles. So the C of cucumber and the oodles, so koodles. I've had amazing pastas with spiralized carrots as well, beets as well. So it will make a beautiful dish with the red, purple colors from the beets, or even orange colored beets or golden colored beets. And then of course carrots, you can spiralize those. And of course cucumber, zucchini. It just depends, what you want. What's your favorite raw vegan meal right now? Yeah, I would say raw vegan lasagna. I love raw vegan lasagna. And so you make like layers of the lasagna with, let's say, zucchini. That's the most popular way that I've had it. So layers of zucchini, and then you can put like nut cheeses, seed cheeses in there. Oh, it's so good. Tomatoes, herbs and spices, sauces. Oh, it's amazing. How much protein or carbs, etc., is there per meal when eating raw? Like, what's a baseline? That depends on you. That depends on your needs, on each person's needs. So do you soak these pastas before eating them? No. There's no need to soak them. The fruits, so for example, zucchinis and cucumbers are fruits. They are savory fruits. They have seeds. So plant foods that have seeds in them are fruits, even though in the supermarket, they're in the vegetable category. But anyway, whatever. So you don't need to soak the pastas. You can spiralize your zucchini and your cucumber, for example. If you're making a combo or one or the other, it's totally yummy as well. Just to have like zucchini noodles and or cucumber noodles. So zoodles or koodles. And then, you put those on your plate and then you make a sauce on the side. So you decide if you want like a tomato-based sauce or if you want like a creamier sauce that would have like more nuts and seeds in it. It really depends. Yummy raw vegan lasagna. Do you eat the lasagna cold? Well, I wouldn't say cold. It would be room temperature. So in my previous videos, I have talked about how one of my tips in my ebook, how to thrive as a raw vegan in winter and year round. One of my big tips, and I practice this, I've been practicing this for years, is to leave my produce on the counter in the kitchen. I do not use the refrigerator at all. At all. I don't put anything in the refrigerator. I haven't put any foods in the refrigerator for years. So that way the food is not like super cold when you're using it, And I also in my ebook give tips on how you can warm your raw vegan meals up to a certain temperature so they don't go over the shall we say parameter of 118 degrees Fahrenheit, which still keeps it raw. I'll just throw one of those tips in now. There's some more tips that I offer in the book. One of the tips could be when you have made your raw vegan lasagna, you can put it in a dehydrator for a few minutes so that it becomes warm to the touch. So that you could maybe get it up to like 118 degrees or something like that. Maybe 115, 16, 170, whatever you want. Okay. Comment here, I always wash off fruits and vegetables with baking soda to remove any wax or chemicals put on them from processing and harvesting. Yeah, and that's really why I prefer to also use organic foods so that they don't have so many chemicals and other, shall we say, elements on them. So a question here, if you don't use a refrigerator for saving those produce items, do you buy daily? No, I do not buy daily. But fruits and vegetables can stay on the counter for like a few days. I typically shop like twice a week. That's more or less my frequency. So yeah, it depends, depends on what the items are, to be honest. Oh, I'm glad that you all are appreciating the tips. Okay. Elements is a good word. Thank you. So, yeah. So I'm going to continue here with the tips. So I'm still under the topic of local meals. So throughout the years, I've created a strategy in some restaurants where they're open to accommodating my request to convert elements of cooked vegan dishes into raw vegan dishes. And here are a few of the replacements that I have successfully enjoyed in restaurants that you might find helpful. Let's say there is a vegan burger, I will call it vegan burger. I'm not referencing veggie burgers because veggie burgers sometimes can have animal content in them, such as egg and who knows what. I don't know. But if it's a vegan burger, I often ask for no bun, okay, no bun. And I ask them to replace the bun with lettuce. So either they will put the cooked vegan burger on a bed of lettuce, and I've also had them wrap the vegan burger in lettuce, so it makes like a sandwich. Like it makes it kind of like a bun, but of course it's raw because it's a lettuce, right? It's a lettuce wrap, so that's one option. I've also quite often asked to replace the cooked tortilla chips with tender greens, with raw carrot sticks and celery sticks. And that is super yummy and really, really, really hydrating and nutritious. And you're getting that good fiber and those amazing nutrients. And keep in mind, it's super important for us to eat all of our colors, our reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blues, purples, whites, and browns, and blacks. All of our colors to get all of our nutrients, our antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, phytochemicals, all of the good foods. Also, I have asked restaurants to replace the cooked vegan proteins with raw avocado. So that way, let's say, let's even take a vegan burger, for example, or mushrooms or something like that are being cooked. I will sometimes ask to replace with raw avocado. Or guacamole, for example, is a really good option as well. If they have hummus on the menu, they might replace it with hummus if that's more, appealing to you. Sure. I'm happy to offer the information. So the next topic is taste buds. This is very important because a lot of us have had our taste buds destroyed, absolutely destroyed by the standard diet. With all the processed foods, I know you see a lot of processed foods. Foods that have artificial flavors, artificial colors, artificial textures. Our taste buds cannot recognize natural flavors. So, when switching to a new diet, including a raw vegan diet, it can take time for our bodies to adjust. And this adjustment includes your taste buds. The good news is that it has been found, and you can look this up for yourself, it has been found and shown that within 2 to 3 weeks, your taste buds will adjust to your new raw vegan consumption, your new raw vegan journey. Therefore, the more time you give your body to adjust, including the taste buds on your tongue, the more you will start to enjoy and look forward to your raw vegan diet. And in the ebook, I provide a great article that highlights the many ways in which your body adjusts once you transition to a plant-based diet. And you will experience very similar changes when switching to a raw vegan diet. So you can check out the ebook, link in bio, under the category of books. The next topic is cravings. Oh my gosh, cravings. I know we all have cravings sometimes, or at least many of us have cravings. So, there are times when you might experience cravings, which is an intense and or urgent desire for a specific food. Such cravings or desires can sometimes be so strong that you might even give up your raw vegan diet in winter or at other times of the year, because we might cave and we might give in to our cravings for whatever reason. Now, cravings can be caused by either physical or emotional factors. If the cravings are for physical reasons, such as nutrient deficiencies, it is important, super important, it is vital to address them with your health professional. And in an earlier chapter, I talk about nutrients and ensuring that we have the adequate nutrients. And sometimes nutrient deficiencies can cause us to feel cold. So this is very, very important. If the cravings are emotional, you might be prompted to doubt whether you want to stay on your raw vegan diet. For example, if your cravings are related to an emotional reason, such as you're craving the comfort of wonderful relationships that you're lacking, you may be inclined to substitute the comfort of a relationship with the comfort of cooked vegan foods. You might want something warm and cozy and comfy because perhaps you're not getting that from your relationships, for example. After all, we are social beings. And so by uncovering and identifying the reasons behind the cravings, you can more effectively address them. So let's say, it is let's say a physical reason. Then you need to address what might be that nutrient deficiency. Are you lacking iron? Are you lacking magnesium, for example? Those are just two that I will just mention. Then you need to address that and consume the adequate foods, the optimal foods that will increase those nutrients that were previously lacking. You may even want to consume vegan supplements. You can consult your medical professional on that. This is not medical advice at all. If it's an emotional problem, I went through a period when I was grieving the loss of close people to me, and I found myself eating to comfort myself. And so that can happen. I mean, we're only human, right? We're not robots. I'm not a robot anyway. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I'm not a robot. And so, sometimes we are craving and lacking that comfort and that connection and those soothing emotions with human beings. And that may lead us to have cravings and consume foods that may not be so optimal. I recall I wasn't vegan or raw vegan yet. I was what we call vegetarian, pescatarian 20 years ago. I started 25 years ago, so like 20 years before my vegan journey. And fast forward a few years, and I was just feeling like, I needed to fill a void because I was missing some close relatives. And I remember eating 4 or 5 bananas all in one go. Now, yes, they are bananas and they're healthy. I totally understand that. However, I realized in hindsight that I wasn't even really hungry. I was just eating the bananas because I was trying to fill a void. That could be any other kind of void. That could be boredom. That could be sadness. That could be anxiety. That could be anything that we may want to fill a void of some sort in our lives, either a nutritional void or an emotional void and an energetic void. It could be all kinds of voids, all kinds of gaps in our essence, in our energy. So by uncovering and identifying the reason behind the cravings, you can more effectively address them. And in the ebook, I include an interesting article with more information on cravings. For emotional cravings and other challenges in life, I find the practice of the RAIN method to be very helpful in situations such as these. RAIN, R-A-I-N, that's the acronym, R-A-I-N. And the RAIN method includes mindfulness and self-compassion. And I learned about this powerful practice, which I use for many aspects of my life when I feel challenged. It's beautiful as part of meditation or just in your everyday life. And RAIN is a wonderful tool for practicing mindfulness and self-compassion. So the 4 steps of RAIN, the R is for recognize what is going on. A is for allow the experience to be there just as it is. I is for investigate with kindness. And N is natural awareness. Some people will call it nurturing as well, and which comes from not identifying with the experience. So I found that once we delve into these steps in the RAIN practice, R-A-I-N, and complete them with self-compassion, we often uncover the real reasons behind why we are feeling a certain emotion, such as a craving. By identifying the underlying reasons for a certain emotion or emotions, it's easier to address the root cause and often discover ways to regulate them, to address them, and to alleviate them. So the reason I'm including this tip here is so that you may consider looking a bit deeper into the cravings that might arise and allowing yourself to uncover the possible reasons that are driving the cravings instead of abandoning your raw vegan journey immediately without even really understanding what might be underneath the emotions that you are experiencing. And in the ebook, I include a very insightful and helpful article with detailed information about the RAIN method. What was the A and I? So the A, I'll start from the beginning. The R is recognize what is going on. A is allow the experience to be there just as it is. Not trying to fix it, just allowing it to be there just as it is, observing it. The I is investigate with kindness. Investigate, become curious. I wonder why I'm feeling like this. I wonder what's happening in my life right now. I wonder what's been happening in the last few days. What could it be? So investigate. Okay? And the N is natural awareness, which comes from not identifying with the experience. And the article in the ebook will give you more information. Or if you wish, you can do an internet search for the RAIN practice, RAIN. So I have a question here. I noticed you only have an online book version. Do you sell a paperback? No, I did not create paperbacks. I wanted it to be more flexible, just to download right there immediately. You can just download it onto your phone, your tablet, your laptop, and just, it'll just put them in the Kindle app, and you can access them everywhere you go. And you don't need, then you will not need a physical copy, a hard copy or a paperback copy. Yes, cravings are legit. That is so true. And water. Totally, yeah. And it's so interesting that you said water, because the next chapter that I'm going to cover is staying hydrated. That is so interesting. So staying hydrated. Adequate hydration can help you to stay warmer in winter. Yes, even in the winter, we need hydration. A lot of people think, it's only on hot days, in the hot seasons, warm seasons, when we are perhaps sweating and perspiring and, a lot, because of the heat, that we need to hydrate. But no, that's not true. Your body can only maintain its proper temperature when it has enough water. So in winter, that means keeping you warm. And in summer, that means keeping you cool. Okay. And of course, in spring and fall. Yes, of course. So dehydration in fall or winter can cause your core body temperatures to drop. Therefore, it is super important to maintain adequate levels of hydration depending on your health, your size, such as your height and your weight, your activity level, your exercise and movement levels, and your environmental conditions. What's the climate? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it humid or dry? So here are a few tips to maintain a healthy hydration level in winter. One is to set a drinking goal and measure your progress throughout the day. I saw one or two people over the years, they have these like humongous like bottles, really, and it'll basically like have like a countdown, I guess. Like let's say they're targeting 2 liters or 64 ounces while they're at work, for example, let's say. they will they'll fill it up, and then you can see it just going down and down and down. I thought that was really amazing, actually, and a really good method and a tool to use to help us to stay on target, on to reach our goals, if that's one way you want to do it. You can consume warm water, either alone or infused with a pleasant herbal tea. That can also keep you hydrated in the winter. You can avoid alcohol consumption, as it is a diuretic, meaning it'll basically send you to the bathroom more, and it's therefore dehydrating. You can eat hydrating raw vegan foods such as cold pressed juices, fruits, soups, and vegetables. Yes, you can make raw soups as well. You can limit dehydrated raw vegan foods such as cakes and cookies, crackers, breads, pizzas, etc. Because those dehydrated raw vegan foods, by definition, have lost some of their hydration, have lost some of their water content in the dehydration process. So if you're having trouble staying hydrated, or you want to optimize your hydration, you might consider limiting your dehydrated foods, okay? They're super yummy, I know, and crunchy. I love dehydrated crackers, for example. Super yummy and crunchy and fun. And lots of nutrients and fiber as well. It's just that, we lose the water in the crackers, for example. So you could compensate for that by consuming liquids. So another way to assist in staying hydrated is to wear layers of breathable fabric, such as organic cotton, to minimize water loss that is caused by perspiration. Because yes, we do perspire even in winter, okay? Even during the cold days of the year. You can also incorporate additional adequate hydration based on your exercise and activity levels. Some days you may be exercising or moving around a bit more, so you will increase your hydration levels. And on days when you're not so active, you may decide not to increase your hydration level. And also you can use a humidifier to add moisture in the air, thereby improving dry, itchy skin and retention of hydration in the atmosphere. When I was a university student, I used to boil a kettle in my room to add hydration and moisture in my room because I was living in a really cold and dry environment. And so, maybe even in your home, you could boil water and it will add beautiful moisture and hydration in your environment, okay, in the atmosphere. And the last topic I'm going to cover today, before I get off of here for today, is juicing. So this is a really good question. I love these questions. Thank you so much. What does a raw vegan do for skin dryness? Very good question. Thank you for the question. I personally use raw organic coconut oil on my skin for dryness. So that's what I personally use. When I don't have raw organic coconut oil, then I might use like extra virgin olive oil on my skin as well. You can put it on your hair. I put it on my hair, my face, my neck. Sometimes I put it on other parts of my body. I'm not sure about that question. But so I look for organic. I look for raw. I look for extra virgin. Those have been, minimally processed, therefore minimally heated. That's the goal. We want to keep it, as close to nature as possible, so that we're not destroying the nutrients and we're not altering the essence of the coconut oil, for example, or let's say the olive oil, for example. We want to keep it really, really as close to nature as possible. So on the topic of juicing, in my view, juicing is a wonderful mix between food and drink in the beautiful form of a hydrating food drink that consists of fruits, vegetables, and herbs, for example. And juices can be created in either of these two options. You can use juices as a mono meal by juicing only one plant food, let's say celery juice, carrot juice. Carrot juice for me tastes like candy. Honestly, when I juice carrot juice, when I juice carrots, I am like, whoa, that is so sweet. It's so beautiful. I also juice purple cabbage. Some weeks ago, I actually posted a reel on it, and oh my gosh, the purple color was beautiful, and the flavor was so beautiful. Like, it's just amazing what we can get out of these plant foods. Seriously. And also, if you don't want to do a mono meal by juicing only one plant food at a time, you could do a combination meal of more than one plant food. So let's say you combine celery and apple, or you combine spinach and carrots. I've also juiced lettuce, and it comes out so sweet. I had no idea before I started juicing. I had no idea that lettuce was even sweet. The essence of lettuce is very, very sweet. Yeah. Yes. You love carrots too. Yes. It's amazing how sweet they are. To me, it's like candy, as I said. So in my experience, juices have been a great entry point for me when I first started to add more fruits and vegetables to my diet. At first, I was not accustomed to eating large quantities of fruits and vegetables. So before going deep into the raw vegan diet, for me, eating fruit involved eating one or two fruits raw, or eating a cake or a pastry that included fruits in the recipe. I just really wasn't used to eating a lot of fruits. And so prior to my raw vegan journey many years ago, eating vegetables involved eating a very small salad consisting of about a handful of lettuce. I just really wasn't used to eating a lot of, fruits and vegetables, to be honest with you. And so, it would be like a handful of lettuce, a few slices of tomatoes, and then a lot of store-bought dressing with all kinds of junk in it. But I really wasn't paying attention to that at the time. For me, it was the flavor. It was, it tastes great, I'm going to eat it. That's what I was doing. So when I first started my journey to consume more high vibrational quantities and qualities, I may add, of raw fruits and vegetables, I found it very difficult to fathom the concept and the possibility of even eating a bowl full of, let's say, 4 or 5 fruits, or a large bowl of mixed salad with multiple vegetables and fruits. So it dawned on me many years ago, to approach the fruit topic by consuming juices at first so that I could benefit from the nutrition, including the insoluble fiber, because there's still some fiber in juices. And then I was able to consume these juices while not having to chew the full fruit with all of that, fiber that is in the natural form of the juice of the fruit or the vegetable, because I wasn't used to eating a lot of fruits way back when. So what I would do is I started off with apple juice, and I would consume apple juice, and that got my palate used to the flavor of fruits. And then I started to add the whole fruits, and then I would eat like 3 or 4 apples with pears and oranges or mangoes, depending on the time of year, of course, and what I had access to. And so if you are already on your raw vegan journey or you want to incorporate beautiful juices in your diet, I highly encourage you to consume organic cold pressed juices, either in the amount of about 1 or 2 quarts, that could be 1 or 2 liters, per day of juices that will add many benefits to your overall health in the form of hydration, super high hydration for your cells by extracting the living liquids from the fresh fruits and juices and herbs. High energy from the power of the fresh produce, high soluble fiber in the fresh fruits, vegetables, and herbs. High vibrations in the mood boosting and beneficial properties of the fresh produce, and a high variety of ingredients, colors, aromas, textures, and flavors in the different fruits, vegetables, and herbs that you will be juicing. You can also get high nutrition in the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants in the fresh fruits, vegetables, and herbs. And you get a deep cleansing through the purifying power of the fresh produce. Deep detoxifying through the flushing of toxins out of the body. All of that living water is going to really flush out those old, stuck and stale and yucky waste toxins that are sitting in the body. Juicing also provides deep rest for the digestive system by eliminating the body's need to digest the pulp, okay, that insoluble fiber, that roughage in the fresh produce. And juicing also provides a deep elimination, as I said, of old waste matter from the body. There are also several options for obtaining your organic cold pressed juices, including making your own juices at home and taking them with you to work or while traveling or, I don't know, to the park, wherever, on your walk, wherever, okay? You can also obtain your juices from a relative or a friend who makes them for you. You can buy juices from juice shops or supermarkets. Or you could order juices from a juice delivery service. So there are different options out there, okay, that can help you on your journey. Juices have helped me tremendously to thrive on my raw vegan journey, especially while traveling. I super enjoy drinking cold pressed juices, organic as much as possible. And they can sometimes serve as an entire meal, yes, that provides highly nutritious and high vibrations hydration. I enjoy juices that are either a single fruit or vegetable or a beautifully yummy concoction, so any kind of mixture thereof. If you ever feel challenged to stay on your raw vegan journey, especially in winter, cold pressed organic juices can be an option for you, either locally, in your hometown or when you're traveling. There are more and more juice bars nowadays, as well as juice delivery services. And I have personally found that in a lot of restaurants and cafes, they have juices. Supermarkets have juices. So you don't have to go to a juice bar. You don't have to get a juice delivery service if you don't want to. Of course you can if you want to. But again, in my experience, more and more cafes and restaurants are including juices. In your local country, you could search the internet for cold pressed organic juices delivery or some similar phrases. Or even, wherever you're traveling to, you can just, type that into your search bar and see what comes up. And here are a few options. In the US, I provide some links for places that can provide juice delivery services. And I also provide links for some inspirational people on social media who focus on juicing. So you can see those in the ebook as well. So I'm going to stop there for today. I want to thank you so much for joining and all of your questions. There was a question earlier. Let's see. Yes, the question was, what's your favorite juicer? I personally use the Angel juicer, and not because that's my name. That's not the reason. I first saw the Angel juicer, I think, during a plant-based program, a study program that I was on, and the leader, the teacher, had a juicer by the company Angel. And I really liked it because it's all stainless steel. And I really like that. So I ended up getting a juicer by the company Angel. Of course, there are many, many other juices out there. So you can, tap into some of the juicing experts out there and see what they are using. And if you want to direct message me, I'd be happy to send you some names through the direct message space there, and give you some people who specialize, who focus on juicers. And there are some people too who do like reviews of different juicers for different price points and different what do I want to say, different pluses and minuses of different juices, because each juicer is different. So some juices are quote unquote better for vegetables, and other juices are quote unquote better for fruits. Now, in my situation with the Angel juicer, and this is not an advertisement at all, okay? I'm just saying there is a tool or there is a part that you use for vegetables, and then there is then you would remove that part, and then you would put on a part that is for fruits. So it depends. I appreciate the comment. This information and then thank you for bringing value to the internet world today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I invite you to check out the link in my bio. See what's going on there. I have tons and tons of information there. I also have some wellness events coming up. So this Saturday, January 20th, I have a meditation session where you can participate in a meditation to learn to relax, reduce stress, improve focus, enhance sleep, and increase awareness for overall well-being. And it's for all levels, beginners or people who have already, started their meditation journey. It's all good. On January 27th, I have a play shop. It's not a workshop. It's a play shop called Travel Well. And I will teach you to travel well around the world, giving you my expert tips, advice, and experience and insights that I have gleaned and gathered and collected from traveling to 6 out of 7 continents. So you can check out the link in my bio for the wellness events. Head on over to my website and check that out as well. Lots of free information on my website on nutrition, documentaries, recipes. I have 2 free downloads on there, so you can just download those. One is for starting your raw vegan journey, and the other one is for couples who want to go vegan together. So tons and tons of information over there. You can sign up for my retreats, get on that mailing list for my retreats. I'm organizing retreats this year, and for example, Costa Rica is one of the beautiful destinations for retreats this year with me, so you can sign up for those as well. So with that, I am going to close this conversation. I want to thank you so much for joining, either live or on the replay, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. So take good care, everybody. Bye-bye.